even know that you don't give a fuck.
Hey y'all, so this is my first video, so bear with me. But I'm gonna be doing a step-by-step detailed video of how I achieved my cow print nails. So first what I did was get all the natural oils out of the nail. So I'm buffing her fingernails with you can use like a 180 or higher grit. You don't want to use anything that's too aggressive on the natural nail. So I was just buffing that. And anything I do on one hand, I'm repeating on the other hand, of course. That's me grabbing other hands. And you want to make sure her natural nails aren't too long to put your tips on as well. Alright, so now you see me, I'm applying the nail tips to the free edge of the nail. And I'm using a nail glue. You don't want to put on too much nail glue also. So just a small light layer of nail glue is fine to use. And I was having trouble with it, but it started working eventually. And you also want to make sure you're using the same length, same size tips on each finger. Say if I'm using that same tip, I'm going to use that same nail tip on my other hand as well. So I can have a consistent size throughout all the nails. So just a thin layer on each one. And I'm just sizing each tip, going through every nail. This video is going to be really long because it's detailed. But yeah. And I also like to go over the nail with a little bit of more glue, just in case when I'm filing and buffing my nail tips, they don't pop off, because I know some people have issues with that. I used to have issues with that until I started doing that method. It just secures the nail on there. And you want to make sure you're using the correct sizes. Don't put a tip that's too big or too little. You don't want to use like the perfect size. And even if it's too big, you can always file the tip down a little bit. Don't use anything that's too small, because if you know you do bigger, you can at least shave it down so it'll be smaller and fit. Alright, now as you see, I'm clipping down the tips. She wanted a medium length. It was kind of like medium long a little bit, but I wanted to keep that length on there. So I'm just cutting down the tips a little bit, and I'm sizing it to the other hand to make sure they're like the perfect length. Make sure my nails are not too long on one hand. I want to make sure the sizes are perfect. And now I'm going to be filing my shape. I know some people like to cut their coffin shape. I like hand filing it with my hand file, so I get that perfect shape, because I know some people, like when I cut it, I feel like it could be sometimes crooked on another nail. I just feel like I have more control with the nail file, so that's the type of method that I like to do. And I'm just going across on both sides and then brushing at the top to make sure the top is nice and straight. hands, I'm just going to complete this on both hands. And you just want to make sure you have a nice grip on the fingers. Don't apply too much pressure to the fingers when you're filing or just holding them in general, because I know I tend to be like very heavy-handed. Just have a light touch, but also a firm touch. You don't want to be real delicate. No one, like, you'll just lose control of what you're doing if you're too delicate. But also you just don't want to be too rough. Just have a nice firm grip when you're working. And when I do that, when I bring all the fingers together, I'm making sure my shape is even throughout the whole nail, which I constantly do all the time when I'm filing. Make sure my shape is consistent through every nail. That's very important. Alright, after I make my shape on both hands, what I do is file with the I think that's like a 180 bit on my file, and I'm just filing away because some tips tend to have numbers on them. File away the numbers or the smile line to make sure you can't see that in my tips. And this is very important when you're doing clear nails, and I do clear nails a lot, so it kind of just looks like it's coming out of your fingernail when you apply your product and everything. Looks like your nail. And if you don't file, you can see certain things like the numbers on the nail tips or like the lines on the nail tips. So this is important to do that. This is just a few tips and tricks I've picked up on from watching people and getting tips from nail techs that I've learned. And I like to go on the top of the nail as well, and sometimes on the sides, just to make sure the shape is perfect. I'm all about shape. Shape, shape, shape. Make sure if your shape is good, then you don't got nothing to worry about, love. And then also I'm going to just go at the cuticle a little bit, and I'm also going to go back in with it, with the cuticle bit, so it's more accurate. It's like a smaller bit. I'm filing a little bit more on the natural nail. It blends with the tip. Brushing away any nail glue and stuff like that. And that's what I was doing. And then I just completely repeated that on the other hands. That whole process that I just did on the other hand.
harmonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back
Alright, so now this is the part where I'm going to file, drill at the cuticle. This just helps my application process, and it just cleans out the cuticle for a fresh application. So this is a step that I really love to do. Some people don't do this. Some people just use the bigger one. I like to use the bigger bit and the smaller one. The smaller one's just more precise. Cleans it up way better. Then I'm gonna push back the cuticles a little bit. Her cuticles were fine, so I didn't really do too much pushing back on them because they were pretty good from just drilling over them with the other piece. And I had so much fun doing this set. I love the cow print set, so yeah, it was fun doing this. And I've never done a voiceover, so please bear with me. It's my first YouTube video of me doing nails. I wanted to get more into it. So yeah, I was just like, it was a split decision. I was like, oh, let me record myself doing your nails. Da-da-da. She's like, oh, bet. That'll be fun. So this is the part that really seals your nails and keeps them on. That is a dehydrator that I'm applying first. And that just allows the monomer and polymer to stay on the nail longer, dehydrates and takes out the natural oils. And oils in the nail make the nail lift. So make sure you apply dehydrator. And also then I'm going to go in with the primer. I usually apply 2 coats. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. I don't know if it really makes a difference. That's why I didn't apply 2 coats this time. But I usually do. But just a coat of primer is fine. And these just help the nails stay on longer and prevent lifting. And then I'm going to set up for my application process. Hopefully y'all can hear me good in this thing, because I don't really know what I'm doing. We were trying to pick a gel polish. It's my gel box. And these are the products that I'm going to be using. These are from my nail supply store. So I used the I didn't even say in the video, but I used the Off-White. I used a clear, and that's it. And then I also used just the product to make the cow print was a gel polish that I had. If you guys want any of the details of what I use, what brushes or anything that I've used, just DM me on Instagram and I'll let you guys know. And we're talking about what we wanted to do with the nail. I should have cut this part out, but whoops, I didn't. I probably didn't even edit this video. Okay, yeah, there we go. So now I'm gonna be applying. I use the 3-bead method. I don't know if I should really go into detail about that, but I just like to apply a nice layer at the tip of the nail tip, and I make sure it's nice and flat. Clean my sides for a nice smooth application. Application is the most important part because this really helps you and prevents you from having to do too much filing. and things like that. So my second bead, I just kind of just pat it down a little bit and I sweep down to my to the tip of the nail. This is a new method that I'm trying, and it's really like the best method. The best. But yeah, this color is off-white. And then also when I dip my nail in my monomer, I completely submerge I completely submerge the brush in liquid. Then I come up, tap off one side, and that's like honestly like the perfect amount of product. And then when I get closer to the cuticle, make sure you put a flat bead. This helps and prevents from lifting. This is what makes your nails stay longer, 100%. If you do a really thick bead at the cuticle, that will make your nails lift sooner. And that's something that some people don't know. I didn't even know that until recently, but I'm learning every day. I like watching videos like this one to help me learn things like I'm teaching. So just nice flat beads. I say the less products you pick up, the better. I can't talk. I say the less product you pick up, the better, because really too much product is just kind of just a mess. So I'd rather you guys pick up less product than having too much product, because then that's wasting product, and it's also just going to be a very thick, lumpy nail. And that's just not what we're going for. But you want to make sure when you're applying your beads, you're sweeping down the nail. This is what's going to keep it nice and flat. Sweep down, just drag it down. Make sure it's dried, nice and good. As you can see, I'm just making sure that first bead is flat. The bead at the cuticle, make sure it's completely flat. You don't want a thick bead right there, because like I said, that will cause the lifting. And then I'm just going to sweep it down to make sure the nail is nice and flat. From holding it, from looking at it from this view, I can see a little bit of bumpy ridges. But those were all fixed in the drilling process for sure. Okay. And then we're talking about what we wanted to do with the nail. Because we didn't have an idea set. We just knew we wanted to do cow print. But yeah, I'm just going to complete this process through all the nails. And y'all can just continue watching. And this is gonna be like an encapsulated nail. And now that I'm gonna apply, we applied it was LV stickers to like the tip of the nail. I was having trouble with it at first. Yeah, see, fell in the powder, and it didn't stick. I don't even know why I thought it was gonna stick. But yeah, that didn't stick, so I had to get another sticker. So finally got that sticker on, and this is gonna be an encapsulated nail. So you're gonna apply clear. When you encapsulate, it's with clear. But I did a little ombre effect with the white and kind of just sweeped it up. When you ombre, big sweeps. Make sure you're sweeping the nail. It'll fade with whatever else you're doing. So yeah, then I'm gonna just encapsulate this in clear to kind of just seal the nail. I took a decent sized bead. So I just kind of did like 2 beads on this nail, I think. Just drug it down, swept it down. And then I did the thumb. I usually have trouble with thumbnails because I have a smaller brush, and it's just the fact that the brush is so small and I'm picking up not enough product to fill a thumb since it's the bigger nail. But I'm starting to learn more on that for sure. I just pick up more product and just drag, sweep, drag, sweep, drag, sweep. And pat. Make sure you're patting your nail down. And Also, you see how I'm sweeping where the cuticle is? Make sure you're doing that just to clean up product, because if you have too much product by the cuticle, that is another way to have lifting, because the liquid just seeps under the nail if it's too much, and it'll just lift the nail completely. And I'm just repeating this on the other hand. Probably will speed through this part because it's just I'm doing the same thing on the other hand. But yeah. And also, okay, tip. You see me spraying that on her finger? Some clients who have, I don't know, I think it's like people who just get their nails done too much. Your nails are brittle, sensitive. Their nails will start to burn. Apply alcohol. Alcohol prevents the burning immediately. And she said that she has this issue a lot when she gets her nails done. And they've never applied alcohol, and she never knew that. And she was so happy that she learned that, because it's an issue that she struggles with, and a lot of people don't know that. I didn't even know that, because I did somebody else's nails, and their nails started burning, and I was just so confused why their nails were burning, and we just kind of just sat there until it stopped burning, and I tried to put water on it, but alcohol stops the burning, girls. Alcohol. Alright, after I've applied to both hands, we're going to get to filing and buffing. So, yeah, let's get into that. And I like to make sure my area is always clean. Make sure I'm wiping up, cleaning up. Make sure after I'm done after I'm done doing the nails, I'm cleaning out my bowls. Just to keep up with everything. I don't like a pile of stuff just on my desk. Like a nice clean area to be working on. But then after I finish that, I'm gonna go in with my filing process. I like to use a 180 grit or high or lower. I really like the 100 grit when I'm filing, because that just gets the nails the sharpest and just the best. Shape is very important to me. Make sure my shape is on point, like, because I don't like crooked nails. I hate crooked nails. It just not for me. I won't let somebody leave my seat with crooked nails ever. But yeah, I want to make sure those nails are nice and sharp, nice and straight at all times. Then I just go in with a bit, and this kind of just smooths out the nails. And I go around the cuticle also, make sure that is nice and flat. This just makes sure the nail is very just flat. You don't want to do this too aggressive, just nice and light. And to secure this, I go back in with a 180 grit file, hand file. And I just like to make sure my nails are flat, of course. And you want to also make sure you're going the same direction when you're filing with this. It's just better if you just go in the same direction. And like I said, I go back in with a 185 hand file. Make sure there's no ridges, no bumps, nice flat application. And if you apply bumpy acrylic, like I said, application is the most important thing. So if you apply a bumpy application, you'll just be filing longer and probably still not come out with that perfect flat how you want it. So just make sure you put less product, don't overdo the product, make sure it's flat, and you'll just get good results with this for sure. And then I'm just buffing the nail. She had like some stuff on the side of her hand. I was trying to get it off. But just after you file and everything, you're going to just buff the nail, make sure it's nice and smooth. And then I just have them wash their hands, scrub their hands with this scrub after, because it's a lot of dust on the nails. But that's after I finish filing and everything. So everything is just kind of just smooth. So that's what I did. Then she came back with clean hands. And then I'm going to apply my design, which was the cow print. And I used a gel polish to achieve that. And if you see any like mistakes that you've done, if you see anything that you need to file again, just go back in and just file before you apply any products. So I just use this little angled brush. I got this from Dollar Tree, and I'm just making little circles, kind of. Not perfect circles, but you know, cow print looking circles all around the nail. And we chose to we were gonna do cow print on all the nails, but we were like, we need to make it a little bit subtle. So I decided to do one solid white nail, off-white nail, keep one of them solid. And that was the best option for us because they turned out way better. Kind of just evened it out. And this hot pink color, it was so cute. It's like the perfect color. This is when we were trying to decide what we should do. But we got it together eventually. And this is a very easy, just simple design. It's just little circles, kind of. Not perfect circles, though. Just you're tapping your brush back and forth on the nail with a polish. It's very simple and it all just comes together. And I'm gonna repeat this on the thumb and also on the other hand. And I recommend using gel polish like I did, because gel polish just kind of just dries better, faster. I don't like to use any type of just regular polish, because regular polish just smudges easy. It dries funny. Gel polish is just more pigmented as well. Looks better. Application is just way better when you use gel. And then when you cure your nails, I cured her nails for about 60 seconds on both hands, just to make sure they were nice and just dry. And I'm gonna repeat this same step on the other hand. And I saw that the nail just wasn't sharp enough for me, so I filed it a little bit on the edges. Alright, so then after I've cured the nails, then I'm going to go in with a clear gel polish and just applying a light layer of that on all the nails. Also, when your nails are clear, you want to make sure you're going under them with a clear as well, because that really helps you be able to see through the clear way better and it doesn't look cloudy. So that's a tip I learned that from watching someone's video. So hopefully somebody can learn that from me. I didn't know that. And that really makes a difference. And if you guys try this set, like any nail techs watching this, if y'all try this set, make sure to send me videos, because I love to see people's inspiration. on things that I've done or I've created. Yeah, for sure. So just do that on both hands. Anything you do on one hand, you're obviously going to do on the other. I feel like this video is so long for some reason. Probably because it is. Alright, so after I've cured both hands, then I'm applying a cuticle oil that I made. I think I'm going to make a video on how I make it. Maybe I'm working on a better recipe actually. So I'll probably make a video of how I make the product, and it's really good. And the nails turned out so good. They look so good. I'm gonna give a little close up of them. Yes, ma'am. There we go. Yes. Thank you guys for watching.